Hello, I want to talk you through my process of making a flipped lesson. I make my recordings on a Zoom, and I do not go for the one take method. Instead, I go for a no editing method where I do a couple of takes until I have one where I don't have to go through and edit it, and I can more or less publish it directly to YouTube. Okay, so I'm going to show by example how I would use the whys and hows of flipped learning Google Slides that Eli created. So I would take this and I would start the slideshow. I've already started screen sharing, of course, and I will start cover page and then I'll start reading. I might say a couple of things in the opening slide about what I want students to get out of the lesson, and then I'll move on. Each page will have a similar formatting, and each page will go through a couple of bullets, and I will often read out the text under the bullets. So for instance, if I were doing a lesson on this lesson, I would say in this PD session, we, Eli and Alex, will explain the philosophy and benefits of running a flipped classroom, describe our reflective processes and pedagogical reasoning for creating flipped lessons, and give you some direct instruction on creating flipped lessons in whichever method you're most interested. Now, I might extemporize a little bit and talk a bit about what's going on in the slide. I might sometimes just read it out. Now, I told you a second ago that I do a multiple takes until I get one I like approach to creating videos, but I do make liberal use of the pause recording function, especially if I want to think a little bit before I make a really clever point or ruin a take. So I just did that between a couple of seconds ago and now. I paused, I found a slide I wanted to talk about, and then I restarted. So I would say that in a traditional classroom, the teacher lectures and leads discussions in class, and students put content learning into practice at home. And in flipped classroom, we see the reverse. So you see in this image, a traditional classroom starts with lecture and goes to homework activities. The flipped classroom starts with lecture and at home, and then goes to classroom activities. Anyway, I'd go through saying very clever things in this beautiful slideshow that Eli's created. I like using animations for every single slide so that I can read them, maybe say something to the students about each bullet point before moving on. Perhaps I will switch to a different screen on Chrome if there's an animation I want to show. Anyway, I'll create my whole lesson, and then I will stop recording and I will end the session.